Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're coming back with Rakdos Artist from a couple days ago. This one's called Rakdos Artist V2, where we've implemented some recommendations from the viewing community. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, a person whose last name is Old Germanic for vendor of hot dogs, Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck of my own creation called Rakdos Artist V2. Yeah, what the deal was a couple days ago, I put out another deck which we called Rakdos Artist, which was of my own creation, and based upon some viewer recommendations, we have made some changes, and we're going to try it again. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards that are in this deck. We're going to talk a little bit how the deck should work, and then we're going to go out and we're going to crush some hopes and dreams. All right, let's just talk about the new cards that are in here. Number one, Vengeful Bloodwitch. Vengeful Bloodwitch. This was a highly recommended card, and we removed the Lava Tongue guy. So that way, as things die, we are going to get life, and the opponent is going to lose life. And that is great, because that's what we're doing is we're grinding people down. What other things I added in here? I added in Goblin Surprise. That was not recommended, but I love Goblin Surprise. And I think this deck, this particular card, is going to help a lot. Number one, there's a certain point at the end. You got them down below, about 10, 11 life. And you got like 4 guys. And your guys are like 2, 2, 1, 1, which means you can deal like 6 points of damage. And they're just like, all right, whatever, that's 6 points of damage. As long as I don't attack, I'll be able to get him next turn. Everything will be great. But then, you come at him, you throw this thing out. Lo and behold, instead of doing 6 points of damage, you're now doing 14 points of damage. And you win the game. So Goblin Surprise is good for lots of different tricks. And, worst case scenario, maybe you just throw out 2 red goblins at the right time. Maybe you do that, Impact Tremors do things. Maybe you have out the Vengeful Bloodwitch, and those 2 dudes block. So therefore, you don't take the damage. So they take 2 points of damage, and then the Vengeful Bloodwitch means they take 2 points of damage in addition to that because your dudes just died. And so therefore, they're taking 4 points of damage, and maybe that's enough to kill them. So tricks, lots of tricks. All right, so other than that, let's take a look. What we got? We've got a lot of creature kill. We got creature kill, creature kill, creature kill, creature kill. We got 12 of those, because we need to be able to control the board early. We got Snarling Gorehound, which is got Menace. He also helps us to manage anytime I put a dude out, it's going to be 2 or less. And so therefore, you're going to be able to see what your next card is. You're going to be able to surveil and just push it down, and get what you need. Whether you need mana, you need more dudes, you need, Goblin Surprise. Yeah, this guy will help you do it. And he also has Menace, so therefore you'll be able to keep those attacks going, which will keep creating babies. What else we got on here? This one, like I said, if another creature dies, they lose a life, you gain a life. Impact Tremors, anytime a baby comes into place, your opponent loses a life. This guy, whenever you attack, then at the end of the turn, you put out a baby. Preacher potentially puts out a baby. Other than that, if you got more life than them, then you draw a card and you lose a life. Gix will draw you a card. Goblin Surprise, we already talked about. Urabrask Forge puts out a baby who's stronger every single turn. And Perforating Artist, which is if you attack this turn, each opponent has to either lose 3 life, sacrifice a non-land permanent, or discard a card. They had a choice. This is Sophie's choice, baby. All those things are great. Other than that, we got some nice dual lands and some regular lands, and that's it. So what are we going to do? We're going to get some dudes out early. We're going to start throwing out things like Impact Tremors, putting out babies, and then just start grinding people down with our Moneyball creatures and our Moneyball cards until we win. And that's it. That's the game. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Shouldered, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear lamentations of the women. All right, playing against iTwigs 666. This is a weird hand, a little slow. Doesn't have the curve I'm looking for. But still, it's just 2s and 3s. Got the right colors. It appears that we are not going first. All right, let's go, iTwigs. It's a guy. There's a lot of Jawa eyeballs out here. Oh, let's see. 3. Let's put out the Preacher, see what he does next. You want to block? You can. I don't know why you would though. All right, make a choice. It's a Sophie choice. I'm sure you'll pick life at this point. You pick life though, that's still 3 points of damage this guy did. Right to your face. Ooh, you threw away a card. All right, so I got a Goblin Surprise, which means I can send my guys in, and things will happen. It'll cost me 3 to do it, though, is the problem. Okay, he's going to go for that. That's just Death Touch. He'll be dead regardless. So I really want to kill that guy. I can just kill him with this other thing. Let's just do that. Push it on it, it'll live. Oh, but my guy would kill it. That's Death Touch, man. All right, so I'm at 4 life. You're at 17. Looks like you're trying to rabbit it up. All right, so I can't do anything, but he could always throw his Seasoned Warren Guard in front of the little boy. That'd be about it. No, he just sucked it up. What do we got there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus another 8. It's more than enough to kill him. All right, question is, what's he going to do? Is he going to try to jump in front? He is. That's Death Touch, man. That's 4 he gets to pass out, though. I always forget about that. Of course, you just put it onto a guy that's about to touch Death Touch, so why would you want to do that? What am I going to get through here? One guy is going to die. Another guy is going to... They're all blocked. Goblin Surprise is not that big of a deal. All right, Perforating Artist. A nice Gorehound. And Sophie's Choice. All right, there we go. And now I get to win. Bum 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 bum. That's how I win. And we win. Winner, winner, victory dinner. All right, playing against X Pro 989. No haste, so we just get to sit there and suck it. And in we go. Let's make some babies. All right, let's clear the board. Another time to make a baby. All right, so what is this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just go with what we got. And we'll get a couple of babies made now. All right, we're looking good. We got enough for a Goblin Surprise on the next turn. Don't wipe the board. Don't wipe it. Still got enough, I think. I don't care. I'll Goblin Surprise regardless. Oh, sweet googly people. Okay, I think it doesn't have ward. Let's just pop it. Pop. Everything's back, and babies are made. I think he's wondering, I had double ward. I had double ward. What happened? It's called Nowhere to Run. And we win! Suck it, sucker fish. Suck it. I playing against AmericanSquirrel, also known as Squirrel. All right, Gorehound. Let's pop him over there. Let me pick up a third mana from someplace. And we got what we asked for. That's always fantastic. As Merchant used to say, magic is easy when you get what you ask for. Yeah, another mana will be fine. Babies are made. I'll tell you, we'll put out another baby maker right now. As one does. Yeah. If those babies, their heads blow up at the end of the turn. This guy can put out a creature. It's nice to have it, I guess. All right, let's see what he does. Ooh, he just gave up his life. He loves his cards too much. All right, and we win! Suck it, suckerfish. Suck it. All right, we're playing against Ashiokh. Ashiokh. Keep. These guys are threes. That's rough. Do not touch the multi-headed goose. Can I just make that thing be asleep? He's playing with that Fang guy. Blackcleave Cliffs. All right, next turn we'll get out the Perforating Artist, and let's cut down. Looks extraordinarily good. That guy's gonna be a 3/3. You can't touch it. He's just gonna destroy it. All right, cards, life, or permanence, your choice. Nobody rides for free. That guy is beefy. All right, we're gonna have to give somebody up for this, so let's just do it. Oh, that's right. That meant I had a death touch. I did it. I forgot totally about that. I thought I was gonna have to trick him and then do some nowhere to runness on that guy. All right, where are all my creatures at? Where are they at? I need them. Bristly Bill. Unfortunately, now he's gotten up beyond what Nora Run can handle. I guess I could have slipped nowhere to run out while I had that opportunity. That probably would have been the best course of action. Let's just do this. We'll finish him up. Block. All right, good. I mean, the thing is, I have nothing, and he's definitely got creatures, so we are in no bad position. Except for a 23 to his 10. Sweet googly people, come on. There is no ward. It may look like ward, but it really isn't. All right, I'm getting low. Come on, deck. That's just super lame. I mean, I think I'll be down to 1. Hopefully he won't be able to do another point of damage more. All right, come on, deck. Give me something good. Yeah, okay, I won. +2! Ha ha ha! Victory! All right, we're playing against AJS Audio 1002. All right, cool. We got starting in Impact Tremors. Nice way to start off. Problem is, we have to kill a lot of his guys. And in for 1. That little rabbit is the engine for this deck. All right, we'll go in for 1, and we'll put out a Pregnant Bam Bam Maker. Cool. Yeah, the big problem is I want to do everything all the time. And this deck is an early game deck, so you got to be careful on how the choices you make. And Impact Tremors versus Urabrask Forge. Urabrask Forge is better early, so I'm going to be putting it out next. He's going to be stealing the Baby Maker. Want to come at me, brah? All right, is it time for Impact Tremors at this point? Look at this card out. Leave the Preacher behind to do the defending. Can't do anything about that. You have to block with both guys, and you're not going to want to do that. You can block either of those little babies. There you go. That's a good choice for you. All right, next turn, things will be getting bad. All right, this is a trap. We'll see what he does here. I'll block with 2 if you want to go after him. It's called Menace for a reason. I got old Trixie there for a second. He's got a whole nother one in his hand. All right, who do you want to lose? Nobody. All right, he's down to 5. Oh, nice. And another. All right, you want to gain life badly. I know you do. But you don't want to lose the guys you have. You don't have any other cards, so you can't do anything special here. And a punch to the face. And slag. One. Two. All in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Victory is out the door. Victory! All right, playing against FAL 3CC1. All right, trying to make this work. We got a lot of control. I think he wants to kill it. I think he wants to. It's a dog. And a goblin. And you're just going to kill that, huh? What a weird decision to make there. All right, we can start making some babies next turn. It's hard to believe you'd have artifact kill in there as well. All right, and time for some babies. All right, if you want to put out your own creatures, I could just start killing those. There's a good one. You know what a Praetor is? Not an outlaw. Baby! This one's name shall be Mervyn, and he shall be glorious. Ooh, that is horribly, horribly bad. All right, Gorehound. What do you want to do with your 2 cards there, baby cakes? You don't like him, huh? I got lethal right now. You're trying so hard. All right, and you're down to 1. Now, whatever you got to top deck, something awesome, whatever it's going to be. And we win! All hail the Hypnotoad. All right, so we are with Rakdos Artist V2. And yeah, it was good. It was really good. I ended up getting a 74% win rate with this deck. Did I think it was better? I did think it was better. Yeah, because we didn't have that Lava Tongue guy. That guy was kind of a big lamer. You know, he only did well if something descended, and there wasn't enough stuff descending. We put out a lot of token creatures. So it worked okay, but this thing I feel is a little bit more consistent. What did we add? We added a Vengeful Bloodwitch, which was, you know, one of the things that people were saying in the comments we needed to add. I did play another version of this deck that did have Burst Lightning. I ended up throwing it away because that deck did not work well enough. I had to go back to the scratch because this deck has just a better creature control. If anything, I feel like we almost need to have that 3-point board wipe that does 3 points of damage to all creatures. Just because sometimes there's an aggro army that comes out and you just gets in your way and you can't do anything about it. And individually, this is not a deck that can handle that kind of thing. But it's like, I just don't want to take anything out. And the way it has works great against the majority of things. 70, like I said, the 74% was, great in mass. What else is in here that did very good? It was Goblin Surprise. Goblin Surprise is a fantastic card for this deck. Just because that additional 2+0 to all of your creatures till the end of turn, or having the ability to drop 2 additional red goblins in case of emergency. Yeah, that was fantastic. Plus, it's an instant, so you can wait until the last second to make your decision as to what you're going to do with it. Play it on your opponent's turn, whatever you need to do. Perfect. Yeah, this is it's definitely a V2, an upgrade from V1, which we played a couple days ago. All right, let's get down to it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I was thinking the one that's the most valuable player to me is probably Searslicer Goblin. I mean, just because this is the one that comes out early and starts making babies. I like the fact that you could put Searslicer Goblin out at the end of the turn, and as long as anybody attacked during your turn, then it happens. So it doesn't even have to be in play while the attack is happening. You can just wait until afterwards and then put your guy out and make the babies. So this guy is a baby-making machine, which really helps everything else out big time. I mean, Urabrask Forge is guaranteed. There's no other trigger. It's just, look, it's your beginning of your combat, you get Urabrask Forge. Urabrask Forge is great. Searslicer Goblin is just, it's really nice because it only costs 2, and you get those babies out with it early on. And the rest of the deck tends to work better because of it. I did play a version of the deck where I got rid of Preacher of the Schism. Left it back in. I did drop it down by 1, so there's only 2 of it. I always feel like this card's a little weird, like it doesn't need to be in there, but there's a lot of value. Getting that extra vampire token out with lifelink is good. Beating that card draw, even though you lose life, good. Death Touch with a big butt, good. So I ended up leaving Preacher of the Schism in here. All right, so anyways, this was the deck. My MVP was Searslicer Goblin. If you were going, okay. Searslicer Goblin, you're going to Disneyland. Congratulations. All right, was this deck competitive? Yes, it was. 74%, absolutely. Did it work great on ranked? It seemed to do okay. It was a good deck. Number 2, was this deck fun? This is an aggro deck. Take a look at that. It's like it's pointing and saying, we're number 1. Yeah, absolutely. What I liked is the fact that we're playing a lot of stuff on turn 2. The weird part is we still had a lot of stuff that we would get hands that were like 3 mana. That was the most disappointing part. Because number 1, I loved 3 mana cards. I love Perforating Artist, Urabrask Forge, Goblin Surprise. Didn't want to get rid of them. Yet I had to wait until the 3rd turn before I played it. You never got generally more than 2 cards in your opening hand. You're really just hoping you get that 3rd mana before you get to turn 3. If anything, it'd be great to play with a little bit more 1 mana things, but it's a good balance. This deck works great. I can't argue with 74%. That's the problem. You just can't argue with it. Lastly, was this deck interesting? Absolutely. I think this is a great new deck that's out. I think that Perforating Artist is a great card. I like the fact that we got a lot of things sort of. What is it? Is Perforating Artist and Impact Tremors and Vengeful Bloodwitch are all just forcing people to just grind them down. I like the fact that we got baby makers in here, just pushing out babies like crazy. If anything, maybe we could put some baby maker lands in. What is that? That might from the Phyrexian lands or whatever. Just so we get a little bit more babies out, because Impact Tremors and the Vengeful Bloodwitch, they love to take advantage of it. Vengeful Bloodwitch was a good ad, just that it tends to get killed. People do not like it having it out. That's what I like about having the enchantments. They're a little bit harder to get rid of. This was the thing I kept missing. I'd take away from like cut down or go for the throat, nowhere to run, shoot the sheriff. Then I'd be sitting there thinking, man, I need more individual creature removal. You have to have 12. That's just all there is to it. You can mess around with it a little bit, but don't remove that number. 12 is the amount you need for removal. It's the only balance out there. Sure, it's like a third of your cards, but in my mind, it's necessary. All right, so there we go. Let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was it fun? Yes. Was it interesting? Absolutely. Once again, this is an A+ deck, and as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the Secret Underground headquarters of the Common Good